All right, we're on to section 3 of Know Your IEP. So, the third section is considerations of special factors. I'm going to be honest, sometimes I blow through these, but as a parent, you should definitely know about it. A lot of times it does not apply to every kid, but it is good to know and understand this section. So, under consideration of special factors, you have communication. So does the student have special communication needs? If your child is receiving speech therapy, that will always be a yes. And then we will have to write something that says why, okay, or explain the communication needs, right? The next section or question is assistive technology. So does the student need assistive technology devices? That is for children who need communication devices or even devices to help them write. Let's say your child has struggles with writing, right? And so we will put in that the child uses a computer for written assignments versus actually handwriting it. Also, alternative formats. That leads me right into that. Does the student require an alternative format for instructional materials? Okay, if verbal is not enough, if in person is not enough, maybe it needs to be something online. So an alternative format alternative format for instructional materials. Usually that's a no. The next question is, does the student have behaviors which interfere with his or her learning or the learning of others? So if your child has behavior issues, this will be a yes, and then it will go into what the plan is, and you should have that plan, but that's a whole nother video for me to go into behavior. But just know, like I said, this question usually does not pertain to most kids because most kids don't have behaviors that interfere with their learning. So that's a no. The next question is, consider and describe the student's language and communication needs, opportunities for direct communication with peers and professional personnel in the student's language and communication mode, academic level and full range of needs, including opportunities for direct instruction in the student's language and communication mode. Can I just shorten that for y'all? This question is for children who are deaf of heart or hard of hearing. So if your child is deaf or have a hearing impairment, this is where we would put in how they communicate and ways they can communicate with not only their peers, but with adults at the school. So that's where we would describe what we would do to make sure we have lines of communication with the child. The next question is, does the student have limited English proficiency? So any child that English is their second language, this will be a yes. And then we will put in what type of services the child needs. And usually kids who has English as their second language, they take an assessment. And so those scores will go in there in that section. But yes, under consideration and special factors, those are the questions. Does the student have communication needs? Do they need assistive technology? Do they need an alternative format? Do they need a behavior plan? Are they deaf of hard of hearing? And are they limited in English? And any of those questions, if it is a yes, then something should be written in that area telling us what the plan is and or what the scores are, especially when it comes to limited English proficiency. So that's why we usually kind of breeze through this section, but it's still important for you to know. I hope you're learning a lot. Get ready for the next video.